Okay, well, dating might feel more accessible than ever thanks to all the apps, but finding a real connection, that's unfortunately gotten a lot harder. So while chemistry might get you to a second date, it's shared values like how you spend or save or tip your barista that build lasting connections. And joining us today to discuss the importance of bringing money into the conversation early on and his partnership with America's #1 most loved banking app, Chime, is former Bachelorette star, Trading Secrets host, and financial expert Jason Tartick. Thank you so much, Jason, for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me, Maddie. I'm excited to be here.
Yes. Okay, so let's kick it off with a survey, Banking on Love, revealing how singles across generations are handling finances in their dating lives, okay? How have traditional financial expectations changed?
Yeah, so they've changed dramatically. I think one thing we can all agree on is that universally we weren't taught money in our school system, and we certainly weren't taught how to talk about it. And we're seeing the impact that's having on married and cohabitating relationships. So now Chime did a study to talk about what are singles thinking now and what type of generational shifts are there. And we're seeing material shifts. So about a half of Gen Z and millennials are saying that it's attractive when someone talks about their income. Now, by contrast, only 23% of boomers would agree with that sentiment. So we're starting to see, even in dating in all areas from date one onward, that people are starting to get a little bit more comfortable talking about money.
I agree, because being a millennial myself and being taught through my family how to save, but then now my husband teaching him how to save, it definitely should have gotten talked about earlier on in our relationship. So would you mind giving us some context on your partnership with Chime and why you were working with them? What do they offer that you think is helpful to your followers?
So I think one of the biggest things with Chime, they support a mission that I support, which is just financial progress. It's saying, what is happening with the numbers? They don't lie. How do we bring that to the forefront? And kind of just a fun example that you brought up, but everyone prioritizes spending in different ways. Like baby boomers are prioritizing spending on travel. Millennials make up 30% of all U.S. retail activity. Well, Gen Z, they're spending a little less because they were brought up in this inflationary environment. There's a little caution, but they're spending on wellness. So one of the things that we're seeing from this Chime study is that people's priorities are changing, the conversations are changing, and the biggest thing is to not meet these conversations with blame, shame, or any type of judgment. It's hard to have these conversations as it relates to money, and we're finding when people do it with an open forum, it's actually allowing us to build connection on intention and not consumption, which is going to lead to healthier, happier, and wealthier lives.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so the survey also found that 33% say living beyond your means is a turnoff, but 26% say being stingy is a clear financial ick. So what would you say some of your top financial deal breakers are?
I mean, first of all, I love this stat, right? We're now seeing 33% of daters saying that living beyond your means is a turnoff. That is a beautiful thing, that overconsumption, overspending is slowly but surely not being praised, but being recognized. So to me, that's a huge green flag. And I think what we're also seeing in this survey is that 31% of people have canceled a date due to costs, and 74% of people say that rising costs are impacting how they're going on dates. So I think one of the biggest green flags out there is relatability equals empowerment. We all know that there's rising costs, and this creates a shared connection amongst daters and people that are out there. So one of the biggest green flags, I think, especially if you're just about to go on a date, why not talk about this? Have these conversations, and then put in place different things you could do to get ahead of it. Maybe you have a FaceTime date before you go on a date. Or maybe you have a date that's not built on dollars, but is built on activity, like walking or hiking or going to a park, doing something like that. And I think one of the biggest green flags on a first date is when you could have money talks that are playful. So asking questions like, if you get $1 million today, you got to spend every dollar in 24 hours. How are you going to spend it? Could start to understand like how someone prioritizes their spending in a fun way. Or, what's one thing you overspend on, but you know what, unless you go broke, you're going to keep spending on it. There's ways to kind of bridge the gap of these conversations between so serious of how much debt do you have and a way to actually have fun, get creative, and build connection.
I love that. Memories over materials is something that has always stuck out in my mind. So Jason, for all this amazing information that you talked about today, where can our viewers go for more information?
Yeah, so you go to Chime. They have all of this information regarding their survey. And then I have a podcast, Trading Secrets, where we talk all about financial wellness and transparency.
I love it. Jason, thank you so much for your time today. It was great to talk to you.
Great to talk to you too, Maddie. Thank you for having me.
Of course. All right, you guys, we'll be back with the History Museum on the Square right after this.